So I thought I was going to start by putting Hysol on these metal brackets on the ailerons, but I think I'm going to finish the flaps first. That way I've only got to break into this beast right here once for flaps and ailerons, because they're going to have brackets as well. So what I'm going to do now, I've got everything clecoed up for this. I think this is the left-hand flap, and then what we'll do is we'll drill out those to the right size, and then come back, deburr all that, and then we'll pop rivet those in, and then come back and do the Hysol on those brackets. Alright, so got these all riveted. Remember, we're pulling rivets from this side, but all of the nose ribs, rear ribs face the fuselage. So on the wings, it's just the opposite. So the majority of the ribs on a wing face the wingtip. It's just the opposite on these, except for where we're kind of caging in this bracket, which will be exposed to the outside when we put the nose skin on. So you'll have a reverse rib on each of those locations just to cage it in. So that's in. We'll do the other flap, and then we'll start doing Hysol again. Hysol is by far the least fun thing to do on this part of the bill. All right, we got the flap clecoed up. So this is the right flap. So fuselage on this end. Remember, all ribs face, flange faces the fuselage, except for where we're caging in the brackets. And then, of course, the root one on this one will point away. So it's just it's a mirror image of the left, but it's not symmetrical. So there's something to remember here is top side, this little hole right here, and you'll see it over here too. This tells you your top, and then your in the manual we tell you how to tell the difference between the right and the left. So, and they're also marked, so in case you lose the marking. So next step here is double triple check the location of these ribs. For example, does this one, I think this rib always goes inboard or toward the center from the bracket, so you don't have a rear rib here, you do have it here. So in on that one and the same here, in on that one. So I'm going to double check that on the drawings, because no fun unriveting something, and I'm sure we've all done it. Here's a tool that makes it easier, but it's still nonetheless something I don't want to have to use that tool if I don't have to. But I do have it. I did some RV work where we used to have to drill out rivets. So there you go. So we did not get to the Hysol. Turns out I had some more drilling and deburring to do, but all the metal brackets on flaps and ailerons have been 100% prepared for Hysol and riveting probably tomorrow. I'm in town this week, so I'll get a lot knocked out. All right, today we're gonna try to finish up the Hysol work on the flaps and the ailerons. So we've got our flap hinges, or this is aileron hinges, sorry, here. So we're gonna do this one first. We'll Hysol it, rivet it again from this side there, and then we'll move to the next aileron. So got to put our mixing tube on, which is over here. That'd be pretty bad if that got Hysoled shut. That would really be bad. Let me pull that out. On the edge of our paper there. Again, it's the mixing tube. I think I did get some Hysol in those threads, so I don't want to cross thread them. Yeah, paper's gonna curl up on us. I think we can put on there, keep it upside down. All right, let's start with this one. Looks to be mixing much better this time. When I first did this, it was black for a while, so I didn't even cut the tip on this one. The tip opening that it has looks like it will suffice. We're going to use quite a bit less than we did before because we were cleaning a lot of this off. I'm gonna put a generous covering, but not overly thick like I did the last time. So that goes there, and then we'll rivet it once we get all of these. We'll rivet. Remember, these go down. this one goes up. So we're gonna put about a nickel size down. My popsicle sticks are en route. There's no need to put a bunch of this on just for it to get squeezed out. That's what's going to happen. But you want to make sure you have good coverage. And a little bit smaller on this one because there's less surface area. Should probably lay this facing up. Alright, facing up. Alright, let's get those riveted in. I'm going to use the short gun on this one. Still using filtered shop air. I do want to get some music going. Music helps me work better. All right, we're also using CPP 44 rivets here. I'm gonna put this one down into place. And we will, yeah. Now I'll go through the first one at normal speed. Then I'll change to warp speed after that. Already get in here to these. Alright. It's a little messy too. Alright. Turn that on. This one's a little aggravating. Let's get the orientation right. I'm not tired. Kind of tight. Get that down. I'm gonna have to use the long one for that. Hard to get on it. So that's what that's going to look like. So wipe that down and we'll continue that. So I'll do the rest of them in warp speed. Alright, I just wanted to show you guys how I was verifying rib location. So in our manual, in our new online manual we're creating, you actually have this drawing here that is referenced from the new updated manual. So I'm trying to figure out where these go. So if I go up here, I can click on this drawing, and it brings this drawing up that tells me, yeah, I was correct in my assumption that they were toward the middle. So this one does not get a rear rib, nor does this one. And then I just confirm with the drawing. Now I have this in SolidWorks, but our builders are going to have this in their, it'll be a part of the manual. So if I want to look at the right flap, you don't have to have any special software to see this. It's a little slow. I'm in the hangar. So it just brings up a something you can kind of mess with. I can hide this or make it transparent. Then I can look inside here and see basically the same thing I was seeing on SolidWorks. I can explode it. If you want to go back to home, just click home. I can grab parts, move them out of the way. I can look at just things by themselves. I can also do sectioning. So if I want to cut this and go through and just look inside. So it's pretty cool functionality that we're adding to future build manuals. Just we got to go through the process of developing it, so everybody knows that takes time. In the meantime, we're helping builders with any questions they have. My goal would be that we have a builder program in a manual so your grandmother can build this plane. That would be my ultimate goal. So from there, I'm going to move over. Now that I've confirmed the rib layout, I'm going to start match drilling these. And once we get them match drilled, we'll go back and rivet those. All right, ailerons are done. Now on the flaps, quite a bit bigger than the ailerons, by the way, which if you've seen our aircraft, you know that already. So we're gonna do those. My son brought me some of his popsicle sticks, so that'll help. On these, we've just got these two brackets, so we've got the just in two places, but these do go out with that drop down. So we may see if we've got something to kind of set this on. Give me a raised platform here. People call you when you're right in the middle doing Hysol. It's always convenient. All right, so we'll put these in here. Again, already been these have already been deburred, drilled out. So I've got 4 places to do that. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's back over here. These are all the same part number. So other than the slight shift in location from left to right, these are going to be same bracket, same orientation, this side down, and we'll go to warp mode.